Alright guys, we're going to start disassembling this 6.8 liter out of this 6170R. We'll harness this through. This bulkhead here. Alright, I already got this bolt loose here. This hose will go up in there like that. And that, let's see if we can get this bolt this way. That's a goofy motor mount. Okay, just set that right there on the cooler. Oh, that hose is hung up on everything. Oh, now it looks like a motor with that thing off there. Oh, that thing's a little heavier than I thought it was. Okay, I'll stick this bolt back through here. And then that tube will go actually on this. Alright. Oh, things look a lot simpler now with that crap out of the way. Now we'll pull our EGR cooler off. Uh, 15 millimeter. Take this hose off here, coming from the thermostat housing, going to that, and then take this clamp off here, and we're pretty much there. 7/16 here somewhere. Need to get my good socket set and get it. I got them at the house. I keep these cheap ones around because I always lose them or something in the service truck. Leave them in the track of a tractor. It's just better to go buy the cheap ones. A lot easier taking this cooler off with it not in the tractor. Alrighty, we need man, I got so many things going on, so many things to do. I need to be a little bit cognizant of where I'm standing, and I'm not shading this to where you guys can't see anything. That off, and then 15 millimeter, and we should be able to get her out of there. Oh, that's a 16. I wonder, would it be easier? No, not really. Little spacers they have for these things. I forgot about them. Okay. I'm gonna have to go. All my benches are full of crap with other stuff torn apart. I'm gonna have to go build me a bench with plywood here and put it on here so I can lay all my parts on it. Alrighty. Huh. What's that supposed to be going to? Alright, you can leave some water there. Damn it. Block's completely full of water. Oh, we had most of that drained out already, but apparently not. Now I gotta go clean this goddamn mess up so I'm not standing in it the whole time while I'm trying to work on it. Any kind of block drain or anything on this thing anywhere? Some Allen head plugs in the side of the block there. Guess maybe we can pull one of them, see if we can get some more of this fucking water out of here. Well, I'm gonna try to get some of the stuff stripped off the left-hand side of the block to where I can get closer in on that Allen head plug there. Pull that out of there. Alright. Starting to look more and more like a motor once you get all the junk off the side of it. Alright, let's get our fuel filter head off. Unplug. Well, yeah, this is our real pressure sensor right here. Alright. Pretty much all the wiring's going to end up coming off of it anyway. Might as well just go ahead and get her off. Okay. Now we can get to this fuel filter head and we'll get it off of there. Oh! Actually, I might. Can I get that past that? Take it off here and just leave it attached to the filter head. Now I gotta get a 3/4 inch wrench. Okay, let's see here. Looks like a 6mm on the filter head there. Yes, sir. Now we're gonna need an extension to get past that. Okay, exhaust manifold, we can get it off of there. Here's a plug right here. And there ain't no easy way of draining this thing without making a bunch of... It's just going to run down the side of the block and all over the floor. Guess a guy can stick a bucket in there and try to catch some of it. Alright, we're going to pull our exhaust manifold here now. Oops, going the wrong way. Nut and a spacer over every stud. Back hole here didn't have any spacers or anything on it. Well, Duke, did we get them all out of there, or did we miss any? I think we got them. Oh, okay, we got a line attached to the exhaust back pressure sensor or something here. What's going to be the easiest way to do that? Just kind of curious what caused that piston skirt to crack on this thing. That little hours. Some spacers for it, and we'll just kind of set them up. I'll slam beside the manifold there. Fine. Alright, manifold gaskets, we're not going to be reusing that junk anyway. Get all our high pressure lines coming from our common rail. Get all them loose. Okay, what do we got here? That is our, it's a water line going up to the turbo actuator, the drain line or something. A lot more stuff on these DPF engines to pull off, a lot more stuff. Okay, let's start pulling these off. blow this off so we don't get any dirt in our rail lines. Okay, one last common rail fuel line to pull off. I've laid them out in the arrangement they came out as. Now I would like to stick a rag over these rail holes and try to keep shit from falling down into the common rail itself. Stuff runs at very extremely high pressure. It'd be nice to keep it somewhat clean. Wish I had like an assortment of plugs or something. Wonder if you can find like an assortment of different plugs for all this crap you work on. Okay, so I can see you got a water manifold here. We're gonna have to take this line off. It's going to the pump. Take this off here. It's going to both of the cylinder head. And let's see, what is all this crap here? Yep, for just a regular old 6.8, you wouldn't have all this crap on there. Being it's a DPF motor, I think this is all, well, it's common rail, but it's all tied in back here to the, to the doser unit and all that shit, so a bunch of unnecessary crap, more weight. Okay, fuel line here. That's all we can do there, and then this one on top. Okay, that one should be already loose. 13 back here. A 13. Okay, where'd my banjo washer go? Okay, it's stuck to that. Let's get that banjo bolt out of that banjo eye. Let's thread it into here. Lay this conglomeration of crap over here. Oh, I'm starting to see a cylinder head now underneath all this shit. The fittings of it on the camera. Okay, that water manifold, is it hooked to something else that's going to interfere with us getting the head off? I don't think it is. Okay, so we got the left hand side of the block pretty well picked clean. Let's then put our coolant sensor here. Now we're going to get this fan hub and all this stuff off the front end of this thing. What do you think, Duke? Oh yeah, there we go. Got to get there. They sure like them little locks on these plug-ins anymore. Hi, buddy. How are you, buddy? Okay, so we got these lines already loose. Now, what about this one here? Okay, so it's loose too. So, a bolt here and a bolt here, bolt here and a bolt here. And doesn't look too damn complicated. 16mm. They changed the program up on me. Nuts on the bottom or something. And the eye of that alternator is bolted to that. That is strange. I got lucky there. I didn't have to get an end wrench out. Okay, Duke, you've been around me long enough. You ought to be able to do some of this stuff too. Picking up on any of this? Huh, buddy? Okay, is it doweled down, or am I missing a bolt somewhere? I see some kind of bracket here. Okay, it just holds that deal on there. Okay, yeah, it's just stuck on there. Then I'm going to have to pull that hose off right there. Oh, and I got a flat blade screwdriver in my pocket. And then we'll work on getting everything stripped off the right hand side of the engine. Eventually we'll get to where we can get the cylinder head off. See what the top of that piston looks like. Alright, so I spent a half an hour. Well, not a half an hour. It's a little exaggeration there. Deleting all the crap off the SD card so I can keep recording. Okay, so let's set this down over here. We'll have the whole bench full here after a while of lots of junk. Alright. Is there an easy way to do this and just pull all this crap off in one solid chunk? I think I had a bolt running through here holding this to this bracket, so that ain't good. Let's pull this fan hub pulley off of here and see what we're getting into there. Hydraulic motor. Oh, you're getting dirt in the engine. The whole engine's getting stripped down to nothing and gonna get clean, so calm down. So it looks like guy has to pull that fan hub assembly off of there, and then you can get back in here and pull these bolts. I have the service manual, but tearing this thing apart doesn't seem to be too complicated so far. When I get to a spot where I've been, you know, how the hell does that come apart? I'll start really looking. When you're going back together is the important part, to be looking at the service manual on it. I don't want to drop this expensive looking unit here. Okay, we got what's going to be the easiest way there. Probably just pull the Allens out, yeah. Okay, now I've got to find all my Allens. And let's use our cordless ratchet. I'd like to try to get this thing kind of figured out and get my parts ordered and everything before I still gotta go out and do a couple service calls today. No, I had a 5mm. I was using it last night. That one is, but it's kind of worn out a little bit. Tip of it ain't so great. Dropping this thing. Right. Little hydraulic fan over here. Throw that hub pulley back on there with the nuts on it and keep track of that. Alright guys, so we are on the other side of the engine now. We'll work our way around. Okay, this goofy wiring harness, whole conglomeration of shit has to come off of here. So, looks like to me you just need to start unhooking plug-ins here. How do they expect you to get to that one? Crazy. Yeah, every one of them's got a lock on them. Seems to be the common theme here. Okay. Well, I think they could have turned that the other way, you know, and to where you could actually get to that. How stupid. Just, I don't know, some of this stuff you just wonder, what are they thinking when they put it together? All they had to do was take that and turn it another half turn, and then that would have been facing out here where you could get on it. And I can guarantee you, when I go back together, looks like a dog has knocked and ripped my plug-in out of my wall again. Why, of course. Yeah, they have snagged it and broke the center spade off in the wall. Quit ripping my plug-in out, guys. You're hard on it. I'm about to get a new cord now. Put a new end on that one. Poor guys, they get bored being in this shop. Don't blame them there. Okay, so this sensor here. Plug that. God, these are a lot of sensors. This is your difference in pressure for your EGR here. This one here, I'm gonna have to buy. Somehow chain hit it or something and broke it off. What is that? Must be like a intake man or exhaust. Yes. I don't know what it is. Oh, look at there. Somebody lost their ratchet down in here. Hey, I got me a ratchet. Hey, a little stubby ratchet. That's cool. Finders keepers. I'll ask Steve over there if he's missing one. It's probably his. Years ago I had a really nice Mac tool ball peen hammer, and I'd had it for years. I was at a job somewhere one day and that hammer had come up missing. I'd left it somewhere and that hammer had come up missing. And I seen that hammer and it kind of had a distinct look to it. I didn't ever see, you know, many around like it. And I had my initials carved on the handle and put handle, and I asked the guy, I says, where'd you get that hammer? Oh, I've had it a long time. And I grabbed the handle of it and looked at it and I said, you know, that's my hammer. Oh, it is? Yeah, man, that's mine. Well, I guess I'll give it back. Yeah, that'd be a good thing. Or knock your teeth down your throat for stealing my hammer. Alright, here's another one of these locks. And they painted that one in there, so that's a real good, nice deal. How is this one here going to come? This one's really fighting me here. There, it's just stuck on there. Okay. And then this one here, I thought I already unplugged it, but I guess not. Boy, there's a lot of sensors on this thing. Alright, then I gotta go back around to the other side of the block, and there's a couple more things to unplug over there. And then it looks like you got a center bolt here, another bolt here, and you can pull this whole wire and harness holder apparatus thing off of there. Then you'll run into one like that that don't have no lock on it. Alright, then I need a 8mm and pull that off the starter. Signal wire. Alright. So let's pull bolt there. Oops. Something else somewhere holding it. God dang it, right? When they pulled all the old spud equipment, I think they hauled it to another seller somewhere when they weren't going to ever use this one again. And all the stuff was concrete anchored to the, or wooden concrete, it's asphalt floor. And when they jerked it out of here, I mean, they just gouged the shit out of the floor, just destroyed the floor in the place. Okay, I'll set that right there for now. Okay, let's see what all I forgot to unplug. Oh, we got something. Oh, I see, it's tucked in back here behind the blow-by filter and everything. Okay, now, oh, I see a bracket here. Okay, let's zip that off. As I used to say in the Navy, on the submarines, when I was on submarine duty, we'd say CFC, Clusterfuck Central. Alright. Okay, I think we finally got everything loose there that we need to get loose. It's quite a deal, isn't it? That's quite a deal. There's 300 pounds of wiring on this piece of shit. That one in there, and then I had one that went in the top. Fell on the ground. Alright. Oh my God, there's an intake. Hey, there's an intake manifold on this thing. Huh. Who would have ever known, huh? And now we got to get this EGR mixer tube and all this shit off of here. Alright. Alright, let's get this bullby filter off out of our way. Golly. It's turning on the fitting. Why isn't it coming loose? There she goes. All right. You know, and another thing is, I get a lot of comments about you need this, you need that. Yeah, I need a lot of shit, and that's okay. People have those kind of comments, but another thing is, I started out with nothing. I mean, pretty much a 93 Ford that I kind of scabbed together a service truck. I didn't have anything. And, I mean, I've come a long ways. And I'm still building up, but I can't just go completely broke having every amenity in the world. You know, yeah, it's nice to have all that stuff, but I still have to make my house payment and my property tax and payment, you know, liability insurance monthly payment, the car insurance is the list just goes on and on and on. I'm just not made out of money. Wish I was, but I'm trying to get there, working my ass off trying to do it. Don't know if I'll ever get there and have a very special tool and this and that and everything else in the world. That I try to be smart with my money and not, you know, if I can do without an engine stand, I'm not going to buy a $2,500 engine stand when I need lights in the shop. You know, I got to do things, you know, smartly. Alright, so let's see. This conglomeration of crap here needs to come off. Wow, what a mess, huh? It looks like you're going to have to pull these lines off of here to even attempt to do that. To get that off. That's a crazy setup, huh? I was kind of thinking about just taking the whole thing off as one assembly. You know, take the intake and the EGR mixer tube and all that shit off as one solid swoop, but I'd have to pull. Man, we're gonna have to pull a bunch of lines off. There's just no way around it. And you never know, we might get in there and find out a problem with the crank or something, have to strip it clear down anyway, so. And the whole fitting's turning on that one. Yeah, you get one of these lights on, then you figure out how dark it really is in here. But there ain't shit for light in here. Oh my gosh. 18mm. Cylinder head off, get this one piston out and see what it looks like, see what we're getting into here. Kind of curious, you know. So it's not, must be 19mm. Okay. $19mm 3/4, same damn thing. Alright. Yeah, as they say, when I quit working for the company, you know, I ain't gonna beat around the bush. Some guys, they didn't pay nothing. You know, they wanted you to know all this knowledge and buy all these tools and fix all their shit for them, but they didn't want to pay you nothing. You know, and if you ask them for a raise, they acted like you took their birthday away from them. I just got so tired of fighting with them over shit like that, trying to make a decent living. You know, everything that I'm doing now, I did for them. I fixed all their tractors, I fixed all their pump panels, I did all their pump manifold fabrication, a lot of welding and fabrication. I did everything. And boy, you ask them to compensate you a little bit at the end of the year, and you know, you were the Antichrist. You were just a no good son of a bitch for asking. And I just got sick of it. I said, well, I'm gonna go on my own. I'll never work for someone again, ever. I had nothing but bad experiences. Maybe it's just the people around here. They just don't pay anything. And then when Obama got in there and the insurance went all to hell, and they kept cutting our insurance at the company, because I could understand it was costing them. I mean, pretty soon we had like a $7,500 deductible, and I thought, well, shit, we're paying for it anyway. Why do we need this shit? Don't take any more money out of my check. I don't want your insurance. It ain't no good anyway. Doser unit here. Fuel's trapped in all these lines. So here we go with another big mess. Never ends with equipment. Okay, what's going to be the easiest way to do this? Bolt out here. Maybe we can get all this crap off of here. Oh, there's a lot of lines and stuff on these. That line there is going to have to come loose to facilitate getting that one around it. That's pretty much unavoidable. It's going to have to come clear off. I know there's some guys that watch this channel too that are subscribers of mine that have their own channels, and I try to watch some of their videos. And I'll tell you what, here lately, just can't get time to do anything. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a 9/16 or something and get that off. And what's all over here, I think it'll come off there once I get that line out of the way. 5/8. Then once you finally get this thing all torn down, then you can, it's 9/16 like I originally thought it was. Once you finally get it all torn down, then you can pick the block up, move it, and clean all that crap out from underneath it, so that way you got a clean spot to work in when you're putting it back together. That is the most important part. Taking them apart, I don't really care about making a mess too much. head's gonna get sent off to a machine shop. Oh yeah, and the Magnum over there. So we went to do the EPL delete, okay. I started to make a video on it, but I got to where you put we're in the process of pulling all our captured nuts off our injector wiring harness. I like to do these by hand. They're sensitive. I broke these off. I had to buy an injector before. And we'll pull the rockers, and then we'll pull the rocker box, and then we'll pull the cylinder head. And then we'll see what we've all been waiting for. Let's see what the damage is. I got a feeling the cylinder head's toast too. Because I got to looking at some of the chunks I just pulled out of there, guys. It wasn't all carbon. Not all of it. That is a piece of aluminum right there. That is a chunk of aluminum laying up in the intake manifold. So I got a feeling we got some cylinder head to valve contact. I got a feeling we're going to be looking at some drop valves and things like that. Can I see down in there and see a valve stem? Yeah, look at that one. Look at that one, guys. Can you guys see that? I'm trying to get my light in the right spot here. Okay, so here's your valve bridge. There's your valve bridge that connects your two valves. It's a 4-valve head. And there's the valve stem and the valve bridge. It's completely walked out of it, dropped a valve is what it did. Destroyed the cylinder head. Oh, I think it broke the entire head. The head, oh yeah, the heads. Oh my gosh, the head's totally screwed up, I think, if I'm seeing right. Let's look at some of these other ones. We got any other drop valves? Can you believe that thing wouldn't start just on that one cylinder being bad? What a piece of shit this thing is, huh? Yeah, I was on that forum and I was listening to all of them guys, and I guess these things are notorious for dropping valves, and I can tell you why. The reason they drop valves is because all the exhaust gas that goes back into the engine oil, it takes the lubricity out of the oil, and it just wears on everything. You might as well say that you're shortening your engine life with an EGR engine probably at least by twice, at least, because you're not keeping your oil clean. Either that or you got to religiously, you know, you really got to keep on track of your oil. And even if you got high idle times and all that stuff with that, even if you're not doing high idle times, you're still putting exhaust gas back through your intake and you're still carboning up your oil. I don't care what you try to defend on it. There's an international truck sitting out there that I in-framed the engine on it, and it's a truck. He runs down the road all the time at full load, and we in-framed that engine at 335,000 miles because of the exhaust gas recirculation system, and it was completely the culprit. There was so much carbon in the intake manifold that it dropped a valve. Well, actually it didn't drop a valve on that one. That one, it carbon packed the rings to where the rings on the piston couldn't come in and out. So much carbon it got packed in there from it eating its own shit all day long. These are Allens. If my grandpa was still alive, he probably wouldn't even believe some of the stuff that we see these days. I don't think he'd believe it. I really don't. There's a little Allen head, 5mm Allens on all these little hold downs here. motor would probably be just fine if it didn't have all this stuff on here. I guarantee it would. It'd last forever. Alright, let's lay that there. Let's pull our rockers out. Now we can pull our rocker box. Now our rocker box, let's think this through a little bit here. Let's pull the rockers out in the rocker box. Okay, where's my little 3/8 goodie here? And they've changed things up on me again. Why would it be any other way? Okay, and what do we got going on this end? We got a different size. Oh, why do they do crap like that? 13 millimeter on this end. No uniformity or nothing anywhere, just something different all the time. Had it all the way loose or something. Okay, all the hold downs are going to fall off. That's alright. Let's lay our rockers down. Let's set up like a regular John Deere engine, and the rocker hold downs are part of the spacers. To space all the rockers, they're kind of a pain in the ass. Valve bridge, is it ruined? Alright, the hold downs I'm not too worried about. And all these valve bridges are the same. A lot of guys like to keep track of them. I don't know. I'm not trying to brag, but I've probably rebuilt, I don't know, 100 diesel engines over my life, and I've never put them back in the same spot. You know, on a Cummins, you can adjust your valve bridges. These are not even adjustable, so it didn't make any difference. On a Cummins, though, you know, like an old big cam or something, you can adjust your valve bridges. So I will keep track of those because they're adjustable in case they have different specs on them. But on something that's like non-adjustable like this, no, I'm not gonna worry about doing that. Alright, push rods. See if we got any bent push rods from the valve. Obviously the valve hung up. I bet the valve stuck in the guide because the oil got so goddamn carboned up. Let's see if we got a bent push rod. Not bent. I'll be damned, I would have thought it would have been bent. Pretty good, solid, nice push rod too. Okay, let's pull this rocker box off. Ah, 16mm. And I think that's pretty much it. Or is there? I think that's pretty much it for the. There's something I'm not seeing here. Come out of there. That rocker box should come out of there. My gaskets. Oh shoot. Glow plug, little bus bars are attached to it. I did not see that. Well, that's an easy way to figure that one out. Just unplug them. Okay. Alright, you can see that the valve stem is no longer there, and there's our yeah, nice, huh? Alright, we're gonna get the old impact wrench out and I think 18 or 19mm, and pull the cylinder head on it. Okay, where's my 1/2" cordless gun at? Okay, I'm going to move this light around here on the other side. I like it better over here. There's my 1/2" gun over here. You ever grab something and you can't remember what you did with it? Oh, there it is right there. Valve bridges I dropped. loose. Oh, look out, Dookie boy. What we got holding up on this end here? Why are we hanging up here? What the hell do we got going on here? And knowing these guys, we'll probably just order a new cylinder head from Deere. I doubt we'll mess around with the machine shop on this one. That's the thing with the machine shops, it's a time constraint. It's like, gee whiz, they just take forever to get anything done, you know? Alright, oh my gosh. Look at the hamburger. You guys see that? There's part of the valve embedded into the piston. Most of the top of the crown's gone. And there's a hole clear through it. So them guys said it was running just fine before lunch. It was running just fine. And then they came back after lunch and it wouldn't start. My ass. I don't believe that for a second. Now let's look at the bottom of the cylinder head. And that valve's gone. That one's all, yeah, that one's all screwed up too. Them other ones are bent. Those two are bent. See how these are all sitting square and flush. We'll get this thing set down on the bench here and then we'll set it down. Let's turn this light over here where you guys can see this. Stupid hose on there. Fitting them, I'm gonna have to take off. So I can flip it over on its side. Let's go ahead and do that. That's not working out very good, is it? I had a guy on there talking about how great Kubota was, and I didn't say anything because they have their problems too, man. I don't give a shit what color it is. This emission stuff isn't good on an engine. I know two customers that had Kubota's M126s that had less than 2,000 hours and lost the engines on them. I had 2 more customers. Well, one of them's the same, they lost the engine. Well, right after 2500 he lost the transmission on it. So, you know, everybody has their problems. Nothing's perfect. But, you know, when people start talking and telling me how great something is and that nothing, everything fails. Everything does. I don't give a shit. If it's man-made, it's gonna fail. Get all the head bolts out of it. Leave that chain on there. Still gotta get them injectors and all that stuff over there. We don't want to give those to Deere when we turn it in for a core. Head gasket must be hanging up on there. Duke, he's watching us work over there, making sure we're doing it right. And I'm sure those are torqued old head bolts. Let's get new head bolts. I think we got them all out. Let's see here. We're going to leave that just like that, because I don't want to roll it over on them studs on those injectors and fuck them all up. Okay. Now we get a lot better idea of what's going on here. Let's see if we can point this thing towards the light a little bit better on the screwed up end here. See how these are all sitting flat in here in the seats. This, I'm trying to think, maybe for some reason this, see how carboned up these 2 cylinders are? These 2 cylinders are really, really carboned up bad. This one's real bad too, which makes me think we might have an injector problem there too. That's our glow plug sticking out. That's our glow plug or injector? That's the injector there. Yeah, that's the glow plug sticking out right here. See this one here, it beat the top of the glow plug right off. But no, all these valves are screwed up. This cylinder head's pretty well junk. So now we got to busy ourselves with getting the piston out of there. Okay, let's do that now. Well guys, that thing is seized so hard in the bore that it's shoving the liner out. And I couldn't turn it over with a 1/2 inch drive long handle ratchet. I had to get my 3/4 inch long handle ratchet torque wrench to turn it over. So it's pretty bad. Alright, well let's take the rod cap bolts off. Get her out of there. Alright, so got the rod cap loose. I'm just gonna try to pull. It's kind of being ornery, not wanting to come out. If I can rotate this thing to top dead center. That's going back down now. There we go. Liner O-ring. Okay, let's see. Well folks, there's a really screwed up piston. Cracked and broken 3 different spots. One right there, one right to the wrist pan hole there, and on the other side, right there. Yeah, nice, huh? Liner really doesn't look that bad. It's only got 1 groove in it. I had to beat the piss out of that thing to get it out of the liner. Because it's cracked and it's got the piston all swelled up. So there you go guys, that's the end of this one. I'll be back when I'm putting her back together.